I don't remember a single moment in my childhood when I felt unloved. Our home was always filled with laughter, the smell of my mother's cooking wafting through the halls, and my father's deep voice singing off-key in the mornings. It wasn't perfect, nothing ever is, but it was warm and safe. Most of all, it was happy. My sister, Lila, was 3 years younger than me, and from the moment she could walk, she followed me everywhere. I was her whole world. She would sit cross-legged on my bed as I braided her hair and tell me, in that small, earnest voice, that she wanted to be just like me when she grew up. It made me proud, almost fiercely protective. I didn't see it at first, the tiny cracks in her light. She laughed too hard sometimes and cried in quiet corners when she thought no one was watching. But I was watching. I was always watching. And when I finally noticed, I became her anchor. On nights when she couldn't sleep because her thoughts wouldn't stop spinning, I held her hand until the sun came up. I whispered over and over that she was enough, that she was strong. And when the weight on her chest made it hard for her to breathe, I sat with her in silence until the storm passed. She got better. Or maybe she just learned to wear her smiles more convincingly. Either way, she kept telling me I was her hero. She didn't know that every time she said it, my chest ached, not with pride, but with fear. I was terrified of ever failing her. When we grew older, life began to press its cold hands against our warm little bubble. My father's business started crumbling, bad investments, debts piling like snowdrifts. The laughter in our home dimmed to brittle politeness, and my parents began speaking in hushed voices late at night. I pretended not to hear, but Lila's eyes always found mine in the dark. The solution came like a hammer dressed as a gift. A family friend's son, Liam Monroe, CEO of some sprawling empire, heir to an even bigger one. My parents said words like security and stability, their voices cracking like ice. I didn't argue. I nodded. I agreed. Because I loved them, because I loved her. The wedding was beautiful. I smiled for the cameras, held Liam's arm like it belonged to me, let him kiss me in front of the flashing lights. Our family climbed back into comfort on the back of my sacrifice. I never told Lila how much it hurt to realize my life no longer belonged to me. For a while, I numbed myself. Liam was kind enough in public but cold in private, his touches more about ownership than affection. I became a perfect accessory, always elegant, always poised. I stopped looking for more. Then came that dinner. It was Lila's turn to bring someone home. She'd been glowing for weeks, a softness in her eyes that reminded me of how she used to look at me. "He's everything I've ever wanted," she'd said once. I smiled and said I was happy for her. But when the door opened and I saw him, Sawyer Hart, I felt my lungs collapse. Sawyer, the boy who'd sat 2 rows behind me in high school, who used to pass me shy notes and sketch little stars in the margins of his notebooks. The boy who'd vanished right after graduation, leaving nothing but the ache of a could have been. He didn't see me at first. His eyes were on Lila, and hers sparkled like she'd caught the sun itself. My stomach churned as realization settled like lead in my chest. She knew. She had to know. I told her about Sawyer in hushed midnight confessions, about how he made me feel seen in a way no one else ever had. Yet there she was, holding his hand, laughing like she deserved him. Dinner was a blur. I don't remember what we ate or who said what. I only remember the way his eyes finally landed on me, widening with recognition, with confusion, with something like regret. Later, when I found him alone on the porch, I told myself I only wanted closure. I needed to understand. He spoke softly, his voice like a wound reopening. "I left to build something for us. I thought I'd come back and give you the world." I wanted to scream, to shake him, to tell him I never asked for the world, only for him. But I stayed quiet. "I didn't know she was your sister," he continued. "She reminded me so much of you. I thought maybe I could love her the same way. But I can't. I never could." The air between us pulsed with unsaid things. But it was too late. His wedding to Lila was weeks away. Mine to Liam had been sealed long before. I watched them marry, my smile brittle as glass. I held Lila's bouquet, kissed her cheek, and told her she deserved all the happiness in the world. She believed me. Now, I move through my days like a ghost in silk. Liam barely notices me unless we're in public or in bed. I've learned not to want more. I pour my love into my family, into Lila, into anyone but myself. Sometimes I catch glimpses of Sawyer on magazine covers with Lila at his side. He's smiling, but his eyes are distant, like he's remembering something soft and fleeting. Like he's remembering me. I still dream of him some nights. In those dreams, we are young again, free, unburdened. We're standing under a sky full of stars, and he's holding my hand like he never plans to let go. But when I wake, my hand is empty, and the silence of my bedroom presses down like the weight of all I've lost.